Ghent is a densely populated city, yet about 20% of the territory is used for agriculture. This is an important opportunity for Ghent because it enables us to produce food locally and sustainably while keeping the city livable. But the current agricultural lands are under pressure. Prices are rising enormously, and we need to combine a lot of functions on the available land. Ghent's agricultural lands are disappearing year after year, and in the past 20 years, the number of farmers in Ghent has dropped by 50%. Yet, space for agriculture is very valuable for Ghent and its inhabitants. But how can we protect and strengthen our open space in the peri-urban areas of Ghent? To answer this question, the City of Ghent participated in the European Interreg project of PROSPERA.
PROSPERA is an international project where we participate with different cities and regions from 5 countries, where we look at each other's good practices to get inspiration for our own projects.
Even though the cities were very different, we quickly realized that every one of us had more or less the same questions and concerns. For example, which legal instruments do we have? How far does our competence go? Which are the stakeholders we want to involve? How do we get the data to underpin and measure our policy? How do we get the financing to make the project sustainable over a long time? By looking at the good practices that were shared by the other cities, we got the answers to several of these questions, and we will look at the experience of the other cities, learn from it and integrate it in our own policy.
It was very important within the project to be aware of the different context of the cities and regions, to be able to assess the good practices and whether they are reproducible or valuable for Ghent. In order to do that, we had methodological support from ILVO. They helped us see the differences and how we could work with them or around them in order to get the good ideas out of the good practices. These interesting parts of the good practices were not only the comparable ideas within the projects, but also the methods used. For instance, the way you gather data or the way you participate with people and the kind of agreements you set up.
What I liked about the way of working was a very good methodology that made the exchange very easy. In fact, we had a catalogue with good practices, we had murals, we had a lot of instruments that made the conversation easier and made us learn and go to the depth of the subject much more quickly.
Working out a vision on agriculture for Ghent, it's not a good idea when you do that from behind your desk. You really need knowledge of farming in practice. And that's why we gather farmers that work in Ghent and how they look for the future of agriculture in Ghent.
The PROSPERA project has taught us a lot. Thanks to this knowledge, we have created an action plan. In it, we draw up a vision of Ghent's agriculture and public lands and plan concrete actions. For instance, we are mapping all the agriculture and the public land and organising workshops with Ghent farmers, horticulturalists and other stakeholders to give shape to the vision on agriculture. Together, we hope to protect and strengthen open space and agriculture in Ghent.